These are the Charles Perry Stalker Podcast. This is where we document all the stalking activity on this vlog. And the disclaimer is here, so I'm going to do that first before I forget. Oh, brother. He's going to jam up my phone again. Mr. Perry cloned my phone and jams it up. Like he's doing now. Can you see that? I'm pushing that menu. See it? Blinking. Okay, so here's the disclaimer. Everybody see that? The use of technology talks about stalkers cloning and hacking victims' phones. That is illegal. It is a very serious crime for you. It's federal because you supposedly live in Texas. Although everybody wants to know why you're in Oklahoma all the time. Also, I think somebody told you, Mr. Powell or somebody said she's in violation of Texas Penal Code something. And the guy said, let me interrupt you right there. She hasn't been in Texas for 9 years. She's been in Oklahoma since 2014. And by the way, you guys are always in Oklahoma too, so none of you are in Texas. So I'm not sure Texas law applies to any of you. This talks about what police are supposed to do for victims of domestic violence, the connecting the dots video, not what TPD does to me, not that. It's a disappointment. At no time have they collected my evidence. At no time have they sat me down and talked with me and gotten to know me for me. They just go by what Charles says. She's just a stupid stripper. No, actually I'm not. And by the way, no one's caught your crime like we have. I'm part of the team, Mr. Perry. We've got your code words, because you have a whole organized crime thing. You have for a long time, and you gotten away with it for a long time. And I remember in 2016 telling you, I know you guys have done this shit to a lot of people. You have ripped up people's lives for sport and for profit. And not this time. When you saw the McNamara email, it's interesting. Not one person in 9 years has asked me, or I guess 10 years, 8 years, I'm sorry, has asked me, where did you get that information? Who gave that to you? The information in the McNamara email. It's about a false arrest. Mr. Perry expressed intent to false imprison me, to coerce. He hasn't stopped. He's still trying. So, it's dated 10/29/2015. It's to my ex-husband. No one has ever asked me, how did you get that information? Who gave it to you? Nothing. Never have I been asked that. TPD's never asked me that. No one has asked me that in all these years. There's several people that had a reason to and plenty of opportunity to, and they have not ever asked that question. TPD has never collected any evidence from me at all. I've had to shove it on them sometimes. I think I explained that the other day. I had a hit-and-run accident after Mr. Perry's threatened to take my car. Over and over and over. It has been wrecked 5 times in 3 years since he said that. I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures out it's not legal. I know it's illegal to do this. I'm going to do it anyway. I'll have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. Tonight, he's typing in my phone like he did, go to the club, yeah. Now it's, you need to get fit, go to the gym. You need to get fit, go to the gym. Here's the thing, it's not your business, is it? No, it's not. I came to Oklahoma to be with my family and get away from you. To have no contact with you. And when you force yourself on me, we get more intel. It pisses a lot of people off, sir, that you would be so vulgar and violate me the nasty, disgusting, illegal way that you do, day after day after day. It is awful to have to live with you in my life. I hate it. Everyone that cares about me hates it too. You have ruined people's life. You are hated. We have no problem getting help with information right inside your criminal organization. We quote you every day. We have your people's names, a lot of them. I'm going to do it again. Lucius, Calvin, who's bald and fat, Sonjay, your hacker, Geppetto, your witch, Blankenship, Desiree, Andrew, James, Reuben, Lawrence, Richard, Dickie, Beverly, who said, I wish she would have worn her shoes. Then this would be over. Beverly said, well, somebody was quoting her actually. Beverly said, I wish Cynthia would have worn her shoes. Then this thing would be over. But she didn't. She wore some other shoes. Why is Beverly worried about my shoes? How does she even know what shoes I have? To the best of my knowledge, I've not met Beverly. So how does this strange woman that I've never met in my life know anything at all about my shoes, Charles? Where's Jacqueline, your wife? Jordan, your daughter? Matthew, your son? When you're up in Oklahoma chasing a woman and ruining me. You take every good day and you fuck it up. You have taken everything I own. You have tried to smear me any way you can. When you do the crime to me, though, a lot of times, 98% of the time, we get the information about you talking about it, planning it before you actually do it. Like the McNamara email, right? When I told you in 2016, I had the McNamara email and I had the Fabian puzzle, right? And I said then, I know you did this all your life to people. You have terrorized and horrified people who have not done a thing to you. But you're not going to get away with it this time. Not this time. We have quoted you since then every day. Every day. That is to very bad people who do very bad things to good people from police that get the information from you and give it to everyone in the need to know, including me. A fuck you every time we quote you. Every time we name one of your people. That is a fuck you from them. Okay? Connecting the dots is what police are supposed to do. The police that gave me those names, Blankenship, Desiree, Beverly, Lucius, Calvin, Greg, Bruce, Oscar, Tim with a transponder. Tim's, I'm going to kidnap her. I'm going to throw her on my plane. And I'm going to turn the transponder off so these guys helping her have no idea where we land, where we take her. You said that, Tim. We got it on wire. It's been recorded and played in a court for a judge. Because that judge needs probable cause to either extend or grant additional investigatory orders that might include your phone's now got a wiretap order on it or whatever it is they're doing. Okay? You guys asked for it. You got it. When you do the crime to me, you got nothing to show for that but a pile of emails. Mr. Perry, when you contact me, we get more. He just did it again. He types in my other phone when I'm doing this. He just contacted me again. It's 9:47 p.m. Our guys are pissed. They're in there cussing right now. What in the fuck is wrong with him? So, when we quote you next time, you're paying for it. That's how you're paying for it right now. You pay with intel. How much money did you spend trying to cover all this up that ended up buying us intel? It bought us the truth. It bought us your crime you've been trying to cover up all these years. Every time you contact me, you know, when you tell people I could lose millions if I don't deliver her, if I don't steal her car, make sure she has no money, interfere with commerce and contracts, take her driver's license or cause a problem with her driver's license, on and on and on. All the shit you've tried to do to coerce me to be trafficked and lie for you and sign your little affidavit and pose for your little fake fraud wedding. Because I don't like you. There's no relationship for me. It's all in your head. You're as wacky jacky as they get. You know, when you guys do that, spend millions of dollars for over 10 years, that has accomplished nothing but get us intel. Nobody else has. We're not really worried. We're not sure why you are either about losing millions because you can't deliver. You've already lost millions. You've lost a lot more over 10 years than when you would lose in one act of delivering a person. It's illegal to traffic humans, dum-dum. You not know that? You have an attorney. Your attorney didn't tell you? I'm not your attorney. I did take criminal law, organized crime, all that stuff. I took all that in my criminal justice college that you tried to fuck up. Yeah, you're a failure. So you try to make everyone else fail. Instead of focusing your time and energy on being a success, normal, some guy that doesn't have to cover everything up, you sit around and try to make everybody else fail. You're fat, you're lazy, and you're stupid. Okay? You pissed everybody off. Every time you contact me, we get more intel. Every time you cause a problem for me, we get more intel. Every time you've caused a loss for me, we get more intel. Over the years, that's how that's worked out. You piss everybody off. People that have a lot of power and they care a lot about me. Piss them the fuck off. They're cops. They don't like crime, and they especially don't like you doing it to me. It has worked in our favor, and that you've targeted somebody you shouldn't have targeted. When you target me, you get caught. So it's helped them build the case probably a lot faster than they would have otherwise. Don't you think? You're something. So this is what's the other names we got? We got Monique. Who's Monique? Where's she right now? You got some guy you nickname as Muffin Man. You guys use these little daycare code words, Muffin Man, and you've got daycare code words for your, Papa John's means to deliver the victim to the buyer. Rumpelstiltskin is getting a proper ID. Hansel and Gretel is luring the victim to a place where you can cause harm, like you tried to tonight, typing in my phone. You need to get fit. It's none of your business, is it? No, it's not. Do I call you and ask you what you think? I don't. I don't care what you think. No one does. We're all sick of what you think. You're in a state where you don't live and we're not invited. Making unwanted contact with a woman who doesn't like you. You're invading my privacy. You're butting into shit that does not concern you. You know who doesn't care whether or not I go to the gym or where I live or what car I'm driving? Stephen Massingale. He's not a stalker. He's a perfectly normal dude. And you're not. John Steinmetz, perfectly normal dude, not a stalker. Doesn't give a shit what I look like, where I live, where I work out, when I work out, where I work. Didn't care. He's normal. You're a sick, twisted piece of shit. What does Jacqueline think about you stalking a woman in Oklahoma that doesn't like you? What does she think about your compound in Houston where you have other kids, other than Matthew and Jordan? And, a bunch of poor girls that are falsely imprisoned and raped by you. Huh? You're something. Who else's name do we have? We've got Ben Core. We've got Mr. Perry. I'm not talking to you. Am I? Get out of my phone. You just did it again. 9:52. Next time we quote you, that's why, right there. Piss us all off. When you contact me, we get more intel. Do you like that? I think you do. I think you do. Every time you contact me, we get more intel. Do you like that? You like getting caught? You must, or you'd stop. You've been doing it every day for 10 years. So we got Mr. Bencore's name. We got Beverly, who's all worried about my shoes and all that crap. There's the disclaimer. Apply the but-for legal standard. But for Mr. Perry causing problems. You're the causation of all the problems. So here's the thing. People don't like suffering. Watch the news. Anytime there's a problem, you have the Tulsa shooting at the St. Francis. You have 9/11. You have Hurricane Katrina. You have tragedies and traumas and shootings and all this stuff. And everybody's angry at those who caused it, and they feel bad for the victims, and they run to help the victims. They want it stopped. When Bin Laden, after 9/11, and everybody, got tired of cleaning up dead bodies, a lot of guys went to the military who had gotten out of the military or weren't in the military. Man, all of a sudden, everybody joined the military. You see these guys hooking up their planes. They're putting the missiles on the missiles have the words "fuck you" written on it. How here's a missile up your ass, Bin Laden. They had stuff written all over those missiles. The fighter pilots did. So when they fly over and drop a bomb on Iraq, that's what, there it is. Fuck you. A lot of people say that to bad guys. Fuck you. So every time we quote you or get somebody's name or get a code word or get more intel, that's our fuck you to you. Because you're a bad man doing bad things and hurting a lot of good people. And everybody's sick and tired of it. Everybody's sick and tired of you. We get the help with information and you don't. You've called our people, they won't call you. I don't know if you've called our people. You've called around looking for our people. They got wind of that, and they won't call you back, will they? He said, I'm gonna say it one time. Cynthia's privacy is not to be invaded. You don't contact her or her family, not in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. She doesn't like that, so stop. You need to control yourself. Stop it. And get your hands out of her wallet. Stop stealing her money. Because if you don't, I'm going to collect evidence and information and put you away for the rest of your life so you can't do that to her ever again. People don't like problems. They don't like suffering. So we get the help with information and no one will help you. Right? Don't you want to know who it is? Who is it? Every fucking day types that in my phone all fucking day long. Is it LAPD? Is it NYPD? I'm going to get you. I'm going to take. I'm going to make you. I'm going to make you go back. I'm going to take your car. You need to go to the gym. You need to go to the club. Get back on the pole. Yeah, because you have some crap planned. That's your Hansel and Gretel. Lure me to a place where you can do some major harm. Then you're going to sit me down and say, you have to sign the lie and you have to be trafficked. You don't have a choice. Right? Isn't that your plan? Isn't that what you've told everybody who will listen? Because you never shut up. Right? That's your Hansel and Gretel. Go to Pensacola, Mike. It'll be fun. We're going to try to kill you dead. Right? Yeah, Charles always tells on himself. Alright, so when I assert my right to equal protection against gender discrimination and misogyny, that means this law too. It's Title 18, 1512, and 1513, and this, George, FBI George, and Keith. Okay? Federal stalking laws you're in violation of. Don't you live in Texas, or do you live here now, in Oklahoma? Yeah, we didn't ask you to come to Oklahoma. So, look, help is available. You heard of the Violence Against Women Act, Charles? You heard of anti-voyeurism laws? Anti-hacking, anti-cloning, illegal use and access of an electronic device. You heard of that? You have an attorney, sir. Direct your questions to your attorney, because your contacting me directly is highly inappropriate and disgusting to me. And it always gets us more intel because we told you to stop it. So this deal tonight, go to the gym. You need to get fit. Oh my gosh. Wow. Go to work. We're going to have you pulled over. Oh my gosh. Wow. If you're me, would you go to work? What would you do? If you had somebody threatening you like that constantly. Go to work. We're going to take your car. What would you do if you had somebody doing that to you? You don't go. Or if you go to work, you find a different route. Or you have to jigger something somehow. Why would you use taxpayer-funded resources to harass a victim of stalking, Mr. Perry? You're using taxpayer-funded resources, serious abuse of power, serious abuse of office, to facilitate the sale of a human being, at which time you're going to make a very big profit. Talk about corrupt. Oh my God. Some of those guys, we have talked about this over and over and over, and some of them have told you no, haven't they? They're not stupid. They're not doing it. You want me pulled over every time I get a new car? Charles wants me pulled over. Take her tail light out. So tonight, that's what the thing was. Go to the gym. Charles is telling me, go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym. When he starts doing that, my guys start looking into why is he doing that? What's he got planned? Something bad is planned. I actually had planned to go to the gym. Well, now I can't. Now I can't go. So, they started looking into it. And what they found was that the guy said, while she was in the gym, he was going to have her taillight taken out, and have her pulled over on her way home so that they can get her tag number and her insurance information. Duly noted for the record in your criminal case. Duly noted for the record in your criminal case. That is malicious aforethought and premeditated car vandalism, sir. How many times have you done that to somebody? How many women have you had pulled over and harassed by police? Because you have power. It's abuse of power and abuse of office. How many women have you put through that? Huh? What kind of pathetic acts like that? What kind of pathetic acts like that? So you think you're going to have my car wrecked again, right? We want to see if she's insured enough to replace it. And, right? Is that what that's one option you're going to look into. And there's nothing wrong with my car. It's insured. The guys that are helping me, Charles, have the information on my insurance at all times. Because if you interfere with that contract or my ability to pay it, they're going to charge you with interference with commerce and contracts. It's a coercion charge. However many times you've done that to me, they're going to charge you. I had a PayPal credit card. They're going to charge you with interfering with that contract. Okay? My lease at Chardonnay, they're going to charge you with intentionally interfering with that contract, intending to coerce me. You're going to get charged with it. Okay? I'm telling you. You have an attorney that should have explained this to you. Because I'm not an attorney. I'm telling you what a prosecutor told me he is going to do. Okay? You asked for it, you got it. Because you were told in 2015, 16, you've done this to people all your life, blown their lives to bits. You've gotten away with it. Not this time. You're peewee. The guys helping me they're playing hardball. You're seeing things you've not seen before. You said. When he pesters her and takes her money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've never seen before. She always finds out before. Then a lot of times it won't work because she won't go. Because if I had not known that you were going to have my taillight pulled out at the gym specifically, and then I'm pulled over on my way home from the gym specifically to get my insurance information and the information of my car and give it to the stalker who's trying to take my car to sell me and make a profit, had I not been told that beforehand, where would I be right this minute at 10 o'clock on the 30th of August, 2023? I was told. So that didn't work out, did it? And now, if you do it, I'll have another, I told you so, I did say, and they have another charge, because if you talk about robbing a bank, it's nothing. There's no crime in talking about it. If you actually rob the bank and you've talked about it, now it's premeditated. You talk about killing someone, it's just talk. If you kill them, now it's premeditated murder. First degree. Right? Go to Pensacola, Mike, it'll be fun. You've retaliated against me because I testified for him against you. Right? That's a violation of Title 18, United States Code 1513. You have an attorney. I'm telling you what the prosecutor said. But I'm not your attorney, and it's inappropriate for you to contact me directly. Hugely inappropriate. And every time you do, we get more intel. You pay for it. You're paying for it with intel that'll be used against you in a court of law to put you away for the rest of your life. You're a very bad man doing very bad things to people who've done you no wrong at all. I moved 2 times, uprooted my child, started life all over again, changed my career to get away from you and have no contact with you, never again have to hear what you think or how you feel or what you want. And have no conflict, no drama, and no problems. People don't like drama, and they don't like problems, and they don't like loss, and they don't like suffering, and they don't like hardship, or those who cause it. We get the help with the information, and you don't. The guy said, don't invite her privacy, do not contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly, and you don't take her money anymore. Don't take it. You get your hands out of your wallet. Because if you don't, I'm going to make you pay with criminal charges. I'm going to make you pay. You're going to pay this time. It's different. It's different when you do it to Cynthia, our girl. It's the same every time you do it. We've quoted you every day. Had I gone to work the night that you wanted to murder me and tried to help somebody who is sick, and then I'm told you got to take this shot or you'll get sick and die too, okay, I better take it. I would be dead right now. But I have help, and those guys won't call you back. They told you what to do. You're not doing it. He's done talking. He's done talking. Look at that. On the last sentence, it's not legal, but I will have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. August 23, 2019. This is your kidnapping plan. When you contact me, we get more. You take something from me, you cause a problem for me, you get in my wallet, we get more. Here's your details. These are details of your sex trafficking, what you do to victims. You got a lot of victims. This is our witness statement about your sex exploitation, your dark web peep show. He has hidden cameras put in women's homes. He'll troll women like the BTK killer did. And then when they're not home, he'll put cameras in their homes, and then he broadcasts them on the dark web using their electricity, their property, their body, and he makes a profit. They don't know anything about it, most of them. He said, I'm glad somebody's finally getting this bitch. I'm sick of sleeping with one eye open. I wish to God he had not told me that this is what he was doing. He was soliciting money, and he wanted me to invest. He was soliciting me for money. And I wish I could unhear the vulgar, nasty yuck that he told me he did. I wish to God I could unhear it. I cannot believe it. Mr. Perry, when you contact me, he just did it again. It is 10:08 on the 30th of August. When you contact me, we get more. Okay, these are subject lines of the 800,000 emails I have where I typed up a recording police got of you planning something. We got to get her back on that pole and on a schedule. Now we got to get her a job and in a routine, so she can't just hunker down every time we want to try to hurt her. Right, Calvin? Can we not get her to take the yellow brick road? We're using the carrot and the stick approach with her. My guys are the carrot, you're the stick. That's all there is to it. Been that way since day one. Things are different when you do it to me. Any other victim have this kind of information? Do they get it before you do it, not after? But I do. What does it mean that I have it? Dum-dum. What does that mean that I have it? I mean, it's so easy, it's not fair. You guys do this every day, all day long, and you have for 10 years. And the same thing happens, you get caught. And that's it. That's all you got. Spent millions of dollars buying us all this intel right here. So when you sit around on your fat, lazy ass and whine and complain that if you can't deliver me to those guys in Houston who think they bought a person, is one of them named Larry? Who's Oscar? Who's Betancourt? Who are those people, Charles? Who's Monique? Where is she right now? Who are those fucking people? I've not met them that I know of. So how come they all know me? You know how creepy that is? That they know me? I don't know these people. Who's Bruce? Okay, so every time you contact me, every time you take... If I lose an eyelash because of you, my guys send you a little fuck you. This is it, right here. By the way, we heard you just say this. By the way, we just heard you say that. By the way, we're going to use that against you in a court of law. Here's the thing. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to shut up. You have the right to go be normal and not bother anybody. Right? And any stupid thing you say and do can and will be used against you in a court of law. And if you can't afford an attorney, Mr. Perry, because you're a cop killer, they'll find the dumbest fuck they've got just for you. Because you like abusing women and children. Because you think you're a tough guy if you can beat down women and kids and kill cops and get away with it. They'll find the dumbest fuck they have just for you. By the time they finish with you, you may not be able to afford an attorney. How many of these are you going to have to file a motion to suppress? Yeah, and then we'll see where that gets you. You got 10 years worth of this shit to listen to. How many billable hours is that going to cost you? Yeah, you may not be able to afford one by the time they get done with you. So you might really consider the consequences, how they're really going to be, how they really are. Instead of sitting around in your delusion, pretend land, bullshitting yourself all day. Okay? We got this, we got all this. Those are your people's names. These are subject lines to emails like the McNamara email, like the one I sent out tonight, that I said they just threatened to have my tail light taken out if I go to the gym. How will they know which gym, and how do they know when I go? I don't have a routine. Believe me, no one would like to have a schedule and a routine more than I would, and I haven't been able to do that since I met Mr. Perry, because I have to get around his pitfalls, taking my tail light out when I get to the gym while I'm working out, and then when I leave, having me pulled over, so that a cop, taxpayer-funded resources can be used to facilitate information getting from me to a stalker and a human trafficker, so he can take my car and coerce me to be trafficked. Wow, what would the public say to that? Here's how your money is used, citizens. Here's how Mr. Perry is using your tax dollars. Mr. I informed Americans for integrity in government. I believe in accountability in government. So tell Mr. Perry, the taxpayers of Oklahoma, how you're using money that doesn't belong to you. You're using money that belongs to the citizens of Tulsa, Oklahoma, to hurt women and children. Aren't you? That's abuse of power, abuse of office. You're corrupt. And you're everything you said you're not. Aren't you? You either are or you're not. You're either doing what we say or you're not. You're either a cop killer or you're not. Why don't we all go to court and let's see? I'll retry Mike's case. Here. Let's do it that way. Okay? I can get Ty Buttram on the stand. I can get Jerry Ridley on the stand and go, here's what you said to the media. This doesn't make sense. They weren't fighting. Where's the motive? Let's do that here. I bet it'll be a lot more fair. Or will it? Will you buy the judge on that one too? You buy all the other judges? You took Judge Cummings duck hunting. You gonna buy that one too? Come on, you want to say I'm a liar? Prove that in court. Prove I'm lying, and I know I'm lying. Let's do it now. You guys want to serve me? Serve me. You know where I am. You're a peeping Tom. You're watching me right now. You're sitting there trying to tell you think this is a conversation. You're typing in my phone. Let's talk. In court. Let's do it now. Serve me. You bitch. You know you make it where I can't afford to go on Pacer. Serve me, you fucking bitch. And let's do this in court. Let me try Mike's case in court here. Prove I'm lying and that I know I'm lying, and you're not a cop killer. Do it. Prove you're not a sex trafficker and a human trafficker. Do it. Okay? Serve me. You know exactly where I am. You don't do all this underhanded stuff like vandalize my car and take out a taillight and have a policeman, taxpayer-funded resources, pull me over and harass me for you and get information he should not have. He can have it, but he is not to give it to you, the stalker, the sex trafficker. And by the way, I heard Calvin wanted one to pull me over and take a picture of my driver's license so he can use that to make a passport with forged documents. Right, Calvin, who's bald and fat? Duly noted for the record, Calvin. We've said that over and over and over. You expressed intent. That's all we need. We only need you to express it one time. Okay? So we got all this. It's different when you do this shit to me, isn't it? Yeah. You don't know who you're dealing with, do you? But what he said in March 2020 before we got all this, do not invade Cynthia's privacy again. Do not contact her or her family in any form, directly or indirectly again. Don't do it. And you get your fucking hands out of her wallet. I should be making $3,000 to $4,000 a month, not $3,000 to $4,000 every 6 months as a student loan I got to pay back. And in between that, scrape by on the little bit of DoorDash money you let me make. Because you ran me out of my club. You bullied me out of the club. Now y'all are all trying to figure out how to get me back. But not waitressing. It has to be on the pole. Guess what? I tore my knee up and I tore my shoulder up. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen ever. That's over. You wanted me out of the club, I'm out of the club. Okay? You bullied me out, I'm not going back. Alright? I'll sleep in my car. In fact, I have, more than once, had to sleep in my car rather than go back to the club. Is that why you want to take the car? We got to get her eating out of a dumpster. So she'll be so fucking desperate, she'll go be trafficked tonight and get my money. Right? We all know. When you do the crime to me, nothing happens, but you get caught. Okay? We all know it. You're not fooling anybody. I get that you're delusional and you bullshit yourself all day. We're all not. And we don't have Alzheimer's. You say it one time, we got it. That's all we need, one time. If you want to say it 50 times or 100 times, icing on the cake. Thank you. Now it'll be harder for you to get that suppressed. It'll be harder for you to convince a jury you didn't say it. Because you said it so many times. And then, a lot of times you did it. So yeah, you convince that jury who is going to hate your guts for putting me through the hell that you have put me through. And Officer Michael Nealey, Manford Police Officer Michael Nealey, and the Miller children who should know that their dad died in the line of duty, not a drunken brawl. And you've punished me for bringing that to light, and you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. And I know you think you do. You go ahead and you think that. But don't complain when we get shit like this quoting you, and we find out beforehand, David. That's what you asked for. When you do the crime to me, that's the only thing that you get. You pay a lot of money to cover up something that brought us this. Okay? That's the result of what you did. Right here. This right here. Those are your people's names. Who's Doug? Huh? Who's Doug? Tim, Doug, Greg. Who's Stephanie, Kim, Jim? I know a bunch of Stephanies, I know a bunch of Jims, I know a bunch of Kims. So those I'm confused on. Who's Beverly? And why the fuck does she know what shoes I have? Huh? Who's Renee? Look at that. Every time you fuck with me, that's what happens. We get more intel. People do not like you. They don't like you. They're helping us, not you. David, they're helping us, not you. They don't like you. Nobody likes cruelty. Nobody likes problems. Nobody likes suffering. What does this say here today? My family wants to talk to me, but they're afraid to reach out. They're afraid to look like you told them to. I'm not going to talk to my family until I feel it's safe for me to talk to my family. Because you threatened, thinking there were leaks. We're going to her family. We're sitting them all down and we're telling them the horrible things we're going to do to her. And then she finds out. So maybe her family's leaking. So we'll get the EPA to shut their businesses down. The second you said that, I stopped talking to my family. So you can't make that accusation. Okay? You don't worry about how we get the information. Sometimes it's a wiretap on your phone. Or a wiretap on whoever you're talking to. I don't know. It's a need to know. I'm not even told what's wiretap order, what's some type of other surveillance, what's from an informant, what's from a leak. I'm not told that. You sure as shit don't get to know that. Only reason you want to know that is so you can obstruct justice. And you don't get to obstruct justice, not again. Tulsa police might put up with it. Our guys are not going to put up with it. Okay? That's just the way it is. It's not up to you. It's not even up to me. But we all hate you. So the guys helping me are getting the help, not you. So we got this. Those Richard and Dickie. We got that. Your code words. Daycare code words. Look at that. What are you guys, 3 years old? Some of you act like you are. That's our shrink. Yep. This was before we knew he had Huntington's disease. I believe Mr. Perry to be severely mentally ill and severely mentally retarded. He can't do cause and effect. When you do the crime to Cynthia, you get caught. Nothing else happens. You get caught. He does it anyway, every day, all day long. So either he wants to get caught, or he just can't put these two and two together. Impaired cognitive reasoning from Huntington's disease is what it turned out to be. She wasn't wrong. She was dead on the money, wasn't she? That woman helps me survive you. I couldn't survive you if I couldn't talk to her. Well, I could, but it would be harder. She tells me every day, you deserve good things. They're trying to get in your head. I'm telling you, we are getting the job done because you deserve good things, and a lot of people believe you deserve good things, and they can't wait to see you get to enjoy life again after Perry's in jail. I can't tell you how many people we hear from all the time. Are y'all about done? We want to see Cindy be able to enjoy her life finally and not have to deal with Charles Perry and those bitches that help him. I don't understand why anyone would do that. I really don't. It's hard to uncomprehend how anyone could do to anyone what they do to her all day, every day. And she's a very brave woman. Very, very brave, courageous woman to be able to do what she's doing. I'm glad it's working. I'm glad you guys are getting the information you're getting. We can't wait till they're in jail and this is done. And he can't do that, bother her anymore. That's all you do is bother me. You're not working. You're not productive. You're not out, making the world a better place. You're not bringing joy and sunshine in Oklahoma. You bother me. You hurt people, and you're hated. Because that's all you do all damn day. You're lazy. You're fat. You're perverted. You're rejected. And you're told on. And you got nothing else. It's right here. Here's the evidence. Right here. Look at the date on that. March 2020. Look at that. Who did I send it to? Ethan Hutchins. Look at that one. Same thing, March 2020. That whole thing was over her car. Yep, here we go with the car again. Always going at my car. Look at that. They keep changing the story. First it was, the drunken brawl. The story changed. I guess it was, what was it? Just for no good reason at all whatsoever. He got drunk. Then for a while it was that Lucky was having an affair with Lisa Nealey, and Lisa texted Lucky, and Mike saw it before Lucky could get to it. And that was bullshit. No such thing happened. There was no such affair. Here's the thing. Mike Nealey wasn't tested until after he was given Narcan. And he wasn't tested until he got to the hospital. And he didn't have a mark on him, Charles. We don't listen to what people say unless it is supported by forensic evidence, Charles. You can't beat someone to death while you're dying, and you sure shit can't beat them to death and have not a mark on you. The arrest report says he has a red, swollen right hand and nothing else. The other injury, the officer said, the detective that took the report said, was from a second event. He had a red, swollen right hand only after having beat someone's head back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. His head came off his body like he was in a car crash. So why is only the right hand red and swollen? Well, there was an IV needle in it. So perhaps that is it. And it had nothing to do with him having been in a fight, because he wasn't in a fight. He slept through the whole thing. The fight was over. What did you put in Nealey's drink that made him pass out? Because when he was found incapacitated, unconscious, in respiratory distress, and he was dying. He was dying of opioid overdose. Someone put something in his drink, and he passed out, and he was dying. And Lucky saying, "Stop it," to the offender, Mike, calling out to Mike to get him up. Right? He was found in a very small, confined space between the bed and the wall, face up. He wasn't slumped over like he fell there. He was placed there. Mike Nealey had been pulled off the bed and thrown on top of him with his ass in Chief Miller's face, in that same small, confined space where you can't get a head off. It's too small. And so, and Mike is upside down, face down. Both faces are covered, because whoever did this felt some amount of shame and didn't want to look them in the face as they left. And it was somebody they knew, because there was no sign of forced entry. They let him in. They were heard laughing and joking around first, until Mike passes out. Then there's a fight. And then there's a murder of a policeman. And it was first degree because you texted me, here's the subpoena. We know you're going to testify. We're going to tamper with you anyway. How did you know Mike had to be begged to go? Hansel and Gretel. Go to Pensacola, Mike. It'll be fun. Go to the gym, Cindy. What business is it of yours? The second you start bossing me around, the guys start wanting to know what's he up to. What horrible things he got planned now. So I don't just jump in my car and go do what you... Oh, okay. I'm stupid. I'm just a stupid stripper. I'll go. Okay. Never has that happened. Never has that happened. I always stop and go, oh, brother, what now? And the guys start looking, and we find out what you're up to. He was going to take the tail light out and have her pulled over on the way home. He wants a tag information off her car and her insurance. The guys have my insurance. If you interfere with my ability to pay it, they're going to charge you. That's all there is to it. Okay? It's paid, it's insured, and it's not your business, is it? Yeah. This is Ethan Hutchins. You know why I emailed Ethan? Ethan interviewed Lisa Nealey. That's why I emailed him. At the time, he worked, I think, for KTUL. Now he works for Broken Arrow Police Department. Is that why you wanted them to pull me over? Didn't you guys discuss with each other, let's have Broken Arrow pull her over? Didn't you? I mean, you tell us. Did you? Did you discuss with each other having Broken Arrow Police Department be the ones to pull me over? Is it because of Mr. Hutchins? Why? Why Broken Arrow? Answer the questions for the court. Don't you run up or go run into Judy and claim to be a victim and Judge Egan every time I do a podcast? Tell them why Broken Arrow. Why them? Maybe it's because it's Mr. Hutchins? Is that why? What's your obsession with pulling me over? Harassing me with taxpayer-funded resources. Why do you want to do that? It's horrifying to other people. Normal people are horrified by you. Just like they were BTK. What a monster. A community is defined by what we do. Society is defined by what we do with the monsters among us. Look what we're doing with you. You, monster. You're not loved or wanted, you're told on. Yeah, we're not putting up with your shit in Oklahoma. Why don't you go back to Texas where they put up with it? Alright, so here's all the shit that happened to my car. What was reported to Officer Nealey was this. There was this powder all in this room. David Robertson of Dynamic shot while we're in court. Had his employees staying, and one of them had, I think, all that stuff in that room. That was reported to Officer Nealey, and it was all in my trunk. I don't know where the picture is. Oh, here it is. All in my trunk. They have the key to my car. I told Officer Nealey, every time I buy a car, they go to the car dealer and get a key. So they can just get in whenever the hell they want. This looks like they just wanted me to know we can get in your new car anytime we want. Just creepy shit. This was the wreck, the hit and run that Tulsa police didn't want any evidence of. This was another hit and run. Different. See, that's the front one. That's the back. They hit the wheel. They always hit the wheel. They threw a brick at me on the freeway, and it did not hit me, thank God. It could have hit me in the face. Cracked my skull in two the way it did my engine. Instead, it hit the asphalt first, bounced up under my car, cracked the engine in two, and totaled my car. Right. You want to total it again and just see if I have enough insurance to get a new car? Is that what you want? Officer, whoever it is that pulls me over next to find out? Yeah, it's none of your business. But that's what y'all do, isn't it? You do it to a lot of people, don't you? When you do it to me, though, you got caught beforehand. We're saying it now. We're saying it on August 31st. August 30th at 10:32 p.m. We're saying it now. Here's what you were recorded talking about doing to me. Again. Okay? When you do the crime to me, you get caught. Nothing else happens. What day is he going to arrest you? How many guys are going to be in the first roundup? Alright, so we documented it for here. Pal. Are we sure that's her? How many times this week has he said that? Are we sure that's her? We need her whereabouts. Oh my God. Here we go again with that. Okay. You know how I know you said that? When Charles contacts me, we get stuff like that. It pisses everybody off. When he takes my money, same thing. I should be making $3,000 to $5,000 a month, Mr. Perry. So whatever our forensic accountant is tabulating to show coercion, grand larceny with intent to coerce, deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce, interference with contracts with intent to coerce, interference with commerce, you're going to have to deal with that in your criminal case. Okay? I know you bullshit yourself all day. You've convinced yourself of some other reality. But we're quoting you every day, and you're asking, how did I find out? How'd she find out about that? How'd she know? If I had a dime for every time you guys ask that question, we don't ask those questions. We don't have those problems. We don't have leaks. People like us. They don't like y'all. They want y'all gone. They want all y'all gone because you're mean. People don't like mean. All right, so we've documented this. I mean, it's just been going all fucking day. Her family wants to talk to her, but they're afraid she will think that you told them to do it. I quit contacting my family when you started threatening to call the EPA to shut their businesses down because you thought they were leaks. I'm trying to protect them. Let's not let that happen. I'll just I'll just stay away from him for a while until he's in jail. We can work all this shit out then. Believe me, we know already they've done some stuff they shouldn't have. Some stuff that hurt me a lot. You shouldn't know my family, and yet you do. I didn't introduce my family to you. We know that you helped yourself to my family, that you lied to them, and that you've had them say and do things they should not have done. And they should have called me and said, Charles Perry called us and told us XYZ, is that true? They should have done that for me, and they did not. Okay, that's weighed against whatever threats they perceive you to be. It's weighed against that. You've done the same thing to my children, and you've done the same thing to my ex-husband. So whatever wrongs they've done, my ex-husband, we heard, said she wanted to put her car title in my name, and I should have done it. I told her no, but I should have. That way I could just go get her car from her. I'll go get it, since we all want her car, thinking that'll make her go be trafficked, and we can get our money then, and then we don't have to hassle with this anymore. Wow. So why would a family member say something like that about me? Why would my family, help you? Why would my family, my cousin, my uncles, my aunts help a sex trafficker and not be there for me? What I know is normally they wouldn't. So before we make judgments and jump to conclusions, they can tell me what happened. They can tell me. They may not want to tell me right now. They might want to tell me some other time. Right now, I've had to learn to live without my family, and that's all there is to it. I have family. These cops that are helping me, that's my family. That's who's been there for me. That's who's protected me. God Almighty, these guys helping me, the shrink. That's my family. Okay? You didn't fuck up anything except temporarily. Okay? You're not the one. You're not the wanted one. You're rejected. You're always just some pathetic little wannabe. You have to sell and buy women to get laid. You have to lock us up. False imprisonment because I said no to the trafficking. And that's it. No. Everything after that is coercion, kidnapping, false imprisonment, and rape. You will never have my cooperation with that. Never. And the more you contact me and you force and you push and you bother, the more pissed off I get. So you want to perpetrate a fraud upon a court, you have at it. But make sure you can pay for that. Make sure you can pay for that. Because you will. In a criminal court case, they're building against you now. They got us all this. Alright? I'm not kidding you. Now, you want to start with the civil case and let me help these guys build a criminal case in a civil case? Serve me, bitch. You know exactly where I am. Get me served. And the first thing we're going to talk about is, I said you're a cop killer. I said you killed Chief Miller and framed Mike Nealey. And so let's settle that first, okay? And then we'll go from there. You want to accuse me of lying? You do it to my face in that courtroom. Get me served. Or shut up. Or shut the fuck up. I should be making $3,000 to $4,000 a month. And I'm going to leave this at that. Okay?
make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches? I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give
get
a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna
bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my father.
Okay, Mr. Perry just threatened me again. When he said, I'm gonna get you, Mr. Perry typed that in my other phone. I hear it every day. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna make you go back. I'm gonna get you, who told on me? Is it your family? Is it your mom? Is it Al? Is it Jim? I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna make you go. I'm gonna make you go. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up.
And my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that the
feel?
one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give
get
a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make you go. Are you what, mentally 3 years old or what? He's cuckoo. So are you. Why don't you leave everybody alone? When you bother me, we get more intel. When you bother me, we get more information on your crime. When you bother me, we get more information on your crime nobody else has. So tell me again what you're gonna do. Get me? Really? Duly noted. It is 10:40, August 30th, 2023. Charles Berry just threatened to get me. Twice.
You're gonna bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that the
feel?
one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This
See all this? Every time you contact me, we get more. See all this? Who gave me this? Nobody's asked me. How did you get that information? Who gave that to you? Right? I'm not going to tell you by you typing it in my phone. The guys will tell you when they arrest you and you go to court. But other than that, even like my family has never said, how'd you get that? Who's helping you? Even my family. Or this. 10 years, not one family member said, how'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Yeah. Even my family, which is kind of weird. Because you'd think they would, one of them. You'd think one of them would. All this right here. How'd you know Mike was drugged? No one asked me. Uh-huh. Okay. Then we got, here, we got a whole file. Mr. Perry, when you contact me, we get more. He just did it again. It's 10:42. Okay. Where is, whole album on how many times you wanted a local cop to pull me over. Duly noted for the record. You threaten it and threaten it and threaten it and call it in and threaten it and call it in and threaten it and call it in and threaten it and call it in. And there's a list now, and I've asked for the list, and they won't give me the list. And that's not just Brady violation, that's a concealment of a material fact from the deciding body. It's perjury. You suborned perjury again. You did it in Mike's case, and now you're doing it again. And you did it in mine. You do it over and over and over and over, because you're a corrupt piece of shit. Did you not form Americans for Integrity in Government? Why are you using taxpayer-funded resources for your personal profit? Explain that to the court. Explain it to Judge Parker. Explain it to Judge Egan. Explain it to John Steinmetz, Steve Massengale, Russ Poteet. Explain it to those people. You stood up and you said, here's who I am and what I am. Right now, do it. Okay? You're morally repugnant. You're rejected and told on. That's all you have for 10 years. Where's your wife, Jacqueline, when you bother me and 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 bother me? You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're bothering. You aren't invited here. I didn't introduce you to my family. I'd never take you around my family. How dare you? How dare you impose like that? Get some manners. Look at this. Nobody's asked me, where did you get that information? This is the McNamara email. I'm going to false imprison her and coerce her. And nothing's changed. You're still trying to do it. Look at the date on that. October 29, 2015. And then you did the false arrest. That's just what you do. You like falsely imprisoning women. You got humiliated by your mommy. And now you're going to bother us with all that. You have Huntington's disease that causes paranoia, delusion, hallucinations, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. And you're bothering me with it. And I don't give a fuck about you. So we get intel just like this right here that will be used to lock you up for the rest of your life. So you can't do that to anybody ever again. Alright? When you contact me, we always get more. You cause a loss for me, we always get more. I'm not to be broke again. I could and should be making $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Not $3,000 to $4,000 every 6 months from a loan I have to pay back. Her privacy better not be invaded anymore. You don't contact her or her family in any form at all, directly or indirectly, ever again. And she'd better not be broke and have to ask for help. Because we know what she can make. We got a forensic accountant tabulating every penny you've taken. So we can present that in your criminal case. You contact me, we get stuff like this. You contact me, we find out you called in a pullover. You contact me, we find out you're in Judge Parker's court and Judge Egan's court. You contact me, we found out you drugged a cop. You contact me, you pay. Do you understand? Because I don't like it and it is illegal. It is illegal. He just did it again 2 more times. It is 10:46. Since the last time I said it, he just did it again twice, asking me about leaks. Wow, you are as dumb as they get. You asked for it, and we'll get it for you, okay? Next time I quote you, remember, at 10:46 p.m. today, Wednesday night, you asked. And we'll give it to you. We always quote you every day. You always piss everybody off. Bothering and bothering and bothering and bothering. We're all busy, why aren't you? Fucking lazy. Okay, so here's how other people see you. Normal people.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone.
Did we repeat that enough times for you? You need to keep up with the rest of us. We don't all go stalking people. We don't put cameras in people's homes. We don't, bother anybody. So why can't you just keep up with everybody else in a normal society, normal people who are busy working and not bothering anybody at all? Why can't you just keep up?
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
You're stomping on my rights, and it makes me very angry. And everybody hates your guts. So we get the information. We get the help. Not you. It's been that way for 10 years.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is.
People don't like crime. I don't know why the fuck you thought they'd be okay with yours. They don't like problems, they don't like drama, they don't like conflict or those who cause it. And that's all you do all day long. That's why we get the help with information to put a stop to it. And nobody will call you back. No means no. And everybody's glad when you try to pull some stunt and I'm okay. Everybody hates your guts.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes.
The result of what you've done is you've got nothing but a whole lot of inside information on your organized crime that we got. You got nothing else but that. That is the result of what you've done all day because you think you're entitled. You're not wanted, you're not loved, you're told on and told on and told on and hated and told on and hated and told on and hated and told on and hated. You are an imposition and a burden. Everybody helps us because they want us to put you away for the rest of your life. So you can't bother anybody ever again with your I'm entitled bullshit.
5 minutes to 2 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
That guy's been raping you since
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
It's disgusting and it's pathetic. And who the fuck is Sonjay? How come Sonjay knows me and I don't know him? Never met the guy before in my life that I know of. Who is Betancourt? How come I know he knows who I am and I don't know him? I've heard these names come up in police recordings. Otherwise, I wouldn't know these names. You're in a lot of trouble. And you seem too dumb to get that. The results of what you've done from March 2020 to now, he said, you are not to invade her privacy anymore. Get out of her phone and quit peeping. Get off your ass and go work. And go be normal. And quit watching her in her house. All of you. You don't invade her privacy at all. No hacking, no cloning, no nothing. Get out of her business. Get out of it. You don't contact her or any family member, directly or indirectly in any form at all. You get out of her wallet. She wants a job, she can make money. She's working with us. Get out of her wallet. She better not be broke again. And if she is, we'll come at you with the full force of the law. And you got to deal with us. Period. We say it and we show you every fucking day. So every time you contact me, we get more. You asked for that. Every time you cause a loss for me, now I lost an evening at the gym. So they're going to make you pay with intel. You contacted me, I don't know how many times, during a recorded podcast, which you're not supposed to know a fucking thing about. But you do, because you're a hacker and a little peeping Tom, a little pervert. So, they're going to make you pay with intel. And that intel will be used to put you away for the rest of your life. That way you can't bother anybody again. You can't rape any more women. You can't steal. You can't kill. You can't ruin. You can't destroy. Okay? You asked for it. I told you when you did it to me, it's different this time. I already had the McNamara email. I already had the Fabian puzzle. And you didn't look at that and go, something's up with this one. It's different this time. And I told you, you've gotten away with this all your life. Not this time. Watch this. And since that time, look at all we got. Where's Natalie Holloway right now? Huh? You were recorded after we said we're going to do an extraction because we heard you talking about her. They never found a body. There was some speculation she'd been trafficked. So you guys were talking about her. So my guys go, put out something that says we're going to extract her. And then you guys freak out. You guys always react just like a criminal who's guilty every fucking time. It is funny as hell. So we said, we're going to extract. Next thing we know, y'all are, will she remember her name? She hasn't gone by Natalie Holloway for years. You think she'll know who she is? You think she'll remember who she is? Yeah. Houston compound, where you have women falsely imprisoned. They can't come and go as they want. With a bunch of kids, in addition to Jordan and Matthew. What about Todd Reno, who was supposed to go on a date with Jordan just a few days before he committed suicide? Did he commit suicide? We think he didn't. We think you killed him and you made it look like that. Because a lot of people, I didn't know Todd that well. A lot of people that did know Todd contacted me and said he wasn't the suicidal type. I called Jeff Klotzman and I didn't tell him what I suspected. I just said, is he the suicidal type? Jeff really couldn't answer my question. He really couldn't. I didn't get a definitive answer. I gotta kind of, I don't know. I mean, he had some things. Well, everybody's got things. Things that are, you know, suicide is a whole different deal. So, you know, people have things all the time. Everybody's got something. So we all deal with them in a very capable manner. Or some people believe the only answer is the end their life. And a lot of people didn't think that was Todd's thing. So just a few days away from a date with Jordan, your daughter, what were you afraid of? Huh? How many people have you murdered? Let's do that in court. Serve me, Mr. Perry. Serve me. Let's retry Mike's case here. Because I know exactly who killed Chief Miller. It wasn't Mike Nealey. There's no way. The evidence does not tell me that. I was raised in a police department, by the way. You want to ruin me for a reason. You want to retaliate because you did it. Otherwise, why retaliate? Why try to make me lie? You're going to sign this affidavit or you're not going to eat again. Now, what motive would you have to do something like that unless you're guilty as fuck? People do not like crime. They don't like it at all. They don't care who does it. They don't like it. We're getting the help with information, and you're not. And part of that information included Mike Nealey was drugged, and I said it in January, and first responders confirmed it in May, months after I said it. So no one has asked me, how did you get that information so far in advance to it coming out to the public? No one's asked me. Gene Mitchell didn't ask me. That is Mike Nealey's attorney. Travis Myers didn't ask me. That is the Florida State's attorney that tried that case. Don't you think that's pertinent? I would think that's pertinent, so I'll ask you, when you serve me, is it Judge Egan? Is that the court I need to appear in? Serve me. And let's do this right. Unless you bought her too. Did you take her duck hunting too? I mean, come on with this. It's different when you do it to me, right? Whole different ball game, isn't it? And I said that. You're used to Pee-wee. This is hardball. This is hardball. This is hardcore cops. Elite. And they're after you. I'm just helping.